Hi everybody, it's Annie. I'm back with another scrap buster, or what I did with some more of my scraps. Actually, I'm about out of scraps. I have some left, but yeah, I've about used them all up, so I'm so happy. And now I want to make a journal. I have loads of paper pads over here, loads, which I'm sure everybody does, and I don't use them. So I'm going to try and use some of them, and they're just sitting here, so why not, right? Anyway, this is what I did with my next batch of scraps and my new die. On right here, I did use my new stamp die. Yeah, it was a stamp die for a bigger stamp. Like this right here is one of the bigger ones, and then the small one, there's right here. And so anyway, and then the stamps were kind of small, so I just took some offcuts of paper and put the stamps on it, and they didn't look too good until I took a rubber stamp and put the markings on them, and I liked them a lot better after I did that. But I thought they turned out pretty cute, to use, and I got to use up some of my scraps, and so yeah. And I really liked the sunflower. I thought this sunflower turned out really cute. And so anyway, that's what I did with those. And and the stamps that I cut out, I had a piece of paper where I'd printed out the flowers, and it really was just, it was on copy paper, so it was really too thin. So I just cut it out with that stamp die and backed it with this to make it a little sturdy. And because they really weren't good for anything like they were, but they were really pretty. So that's how I ended up, making this like this. So I wouldn't have to throw them away, and I thought the flowers was pretty, so I kind of wanted to use them. So anyway, that was that. So, and then of course we all know about making clusters. So these were truly scraps that I was laying here, and I still have a scrap pile over here, but it's really, really small. Just stuff I picked up, papers. And I did sew it just so that, I don't know, something about it. Sometimes when you glue these things, especially with fabrics and stuff, they don't want to stay real good. So there's little odds and ends, and I love this little picture. I thought it was so cute. But anyway, that looked cute in a journal. Anyway, I think any of these will look cute in a journal. I think maybe I might have showed that one the other day, I'm not sure. And then this one. And I'm not sure about this brown thread, but I'm not even in frame, I don't think, with either of these. So anyway, I love that little girl though. I thought she was cute. And then this one doesn't even have a picture, and I thought it'd be real cute in a journal. Just a piece of paper that I had stamped on to clean my stamp off, my rubber stamp, and it turned out pretty good, so I just used it. And just a piece of actually this is a piece of cardstock it was real pretty, and I didn't want to throw it away. It was real sturdy, so I just used it, and some thread that come out, I don't know, out of something. And then here was another one that I just picked up the scraps that was laying here on my desk. Little short pieces of ribbon that are laces that are good for nothing, words. These I had printed out 2 or 3 pages of these. I thought, well, I need to use these things up because, I don't know, I don't care for them all that much. Another thing I did was, of course we all do this probably, I had some scraps left too, especially the small ones. Like this, that was cardboard, or not cardboard, but, a little sturdier card, for your And we always use these. And I cut that one a little different. That was just a piece of paper that I had dyed. And so and this one was just, here's the back of I used the back of the envelope. It was just laying there and I hadn't thrown it away and it just looked good, so I just used it. And I like the way it turned out. And so anyway, that's what I did with that. And then I got to, because I think these are a lot of dyed stuff, and since we go to the trouble to dye it, I hate to throw it away like I would if it was just a piece of plain copy paper or something. And I have a few more left where I had cut them out, but I haven't done anything with them. So that was that one. And then on the other pieces of paper, I picked these up, and I know we all do it, where we have offcuts and stuff. And I just picked them up and literally just made some little notepads. I even put a little butterfly on top of that one. I just stapled them together. Now I may take the staple out later of these that's got staples in them, but I just wanted to put the papers together for right now. And they were just offcuts of papers that I had. So I just tore them in half or whatever, stapled them or whatever together, and I'm going to use them later in my journals. And this, I had a piece of burlap laying around, and these were bigger papers, and I didn't want to throw those away either, so I just inked them up and made a couple of those. This one I sewed with this I kept off of a piece of packaging, and I thought it'd always make a good flap, but I did put a staple in it, and then I just put that over it, and yeah, I'm going to use it in one of my journals. And that got rid of that paper, made it into something useful. And then this is really junk. Serious junk here. I found this without the picture in it, of course, where I cut out a circle and the book page was left with the circle. And anyway, I had a bunch of those. They were these little cards like this. I don't really use them that much. I'm not crazy about them, but it had a little bird, so I cut it out to fit in that, and kind of like a specimen card. It looked cute in the journal. This actually is a piece of an envelope where I've been off stamping my stamps. And I just thought I started throwing it in the garbage, and I kept looking at it, and I thought, well, that looks so good. And I just kept it. I cut it up, trimmed it up a little bit, and put this right down the side of it. And I'm going to use that for a pocket or something in one of my journals. I love the way it is. And then I found this bag. I've had this bag like forever. I saved it from something. I'm not sure if it was a prescription bag, but I like, the waxy feel of it and the texture and stuff of it. Anyway, that's what I did with this. And this is a paper clip, once again, out of one of these little cards or whatever, tags, whatever you want to call them. And I made a paper clip out of it. Folded the bag over and just clipped it, and once again, these were scraps, things I had hanging around, little envelopes I hadn't been using. So yeah, that's what I did with that one. And I went a totally different direction. Evidently I had two of these or something. I went a totally different direction with this one, just the white and the black, basically, with where I inked. This was just a little, I've got a stamp like this, and I had stamped it on something, and anyway, I thought, well, I'm going to use that on here. And I also have a rubber stamp that I just stamped the bag with, and put a little piece of fabric right across here. I don't know if you can see that. Put a piece of fabric, and then just put that on it, and then the stamping, and I just left it, and I love how it turned out. I think it looks very, well, it does. It looks vintage, and it looks, I don't know, I think it'll be really pretty in a journal. Plus, you can use it, to put something, little memories in or something. This was an envelope. This took me a minute, and I don't know if I will do this again or try to figure out some way to make it a little faster, because I got a ton of envelopes, but it's just book paper. Oh, and this was a little charm that I had made and I had laying around, and I wanted to get it out of the way, so I just put it on a paper clip because this does open. Well, I can't get the paper clip off of it. Here we go. And the back of it, I put this on it. I love this because it's, I don't know, I just thought it was real pretty. And the back of it is super plain. And I watched Journal Joy. It's where I saw her making these at, so I wanted to give it a try. But it took me longer than it did her. But anyway, it does open and you can put something in it. Actually, I just haven't found anything yet to put in it. But it's all sewed. You know, it's nice and sturdy now. So yeah, I thought that'd look real cute in a journal. Let me pull this back down here. So yeah, I thought that'd look real cute. And so that is what I did with some more of my scraps. And I will probably have enough for one more junk journal. And then I'm probably going to try and start using some paper pads. So I'm going to try. I don't know how that paper pad stuff will work. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go, and thank you for watching, and have the